And we are live. Yeah.
Whew. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. So, hey everybody, thanks for joining us on Friday Night Lights. That's with an that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. Just an N, because this is D&D and we're a bunch of nerds. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on Friday Night Lights. This is actually our first week of actual session because last week we were doing session 0 because I was off doing like best friend duties for a friend's wedding. So thanks for joining us, and I'm really excited to be here and getting to play D&D with these awesome nerds. So let's go around, do some introductions, and talk about your characters, and just maybe try to keep it like 2 minutes long. So let's run over to Corey. He is not to my left on the actual stream, but he's on my left in the Zoom call. So
sweet. Yeah, my name's Corey. I stream a couple different things, but this is what I'm going to be streaming most of the time, so tune in on Fridays to see this. I do lots of game design, and you can follow me on Twitter. I don't know how much of it is actually out there yet, but sometimes I stream that. I also do a lot of programming and a couple other things. Yeah, that's me. Oh, and my character. My character is currently named Prince, Prints, as it says on the stream. He's a merchant. He was once kidnapped. He knows a few of the others from our gaming group together, and he's really excited to get a lot of new purple Warhammer pieces. I mean, Tyr's hand, not Warhammer. There we go. And I will pass it off to, let's do Matt.
Hey, we have an error.
Oh, we do?
Hang on. Yeah, it says the Twitch machine got unplugged. What? I don't know.
I think that's
but I have
internet.
The window open.
Yeah, that's usually your internet problem.
I've never seen this before. Is this me?
Yeah, because we're still running on my stream. Okay. So
I don't know what's going
just
on.
Just you, Sam. You know what? It sounds like a you problem. So
damn it. All right, I'll deal with this.
Okay, I'm Matt. Mostly found here at Variant Roles on occasion, mostly one-shots and such. And I don't have, well, I do have Twitter, but nobody knows what it is. I don't even know what it is. But I'm going to be playing Hisver Umric, who is a rock gnome divination wizard. And he's kind of an odd duck, and he's going to be a lot of fun to play. And that's about all I've got to say. Oh, I have to pass it off. Let's go down to Sam. She seems ready.
What about me made you think that I was ready?
Well, you're right below, so I'm like going to...
And chin hands. It's the chin hands.
Oh, okay. I'm Samantha Darcy. I tweet at 65th Victor, and you may have seen my art floating around. I'm going to be playing a pink tiefling named Harmony, who works as a tour guide in Waterdeep. And she tries to pass herself off as a half-elf all the time, although it's probably not convincing in the slightest. So how about Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex. I am on Twitter pretty frequently. I don't stream very much at all, so this is my first time streaming with Variant Roles. Yay. I'll be playing Jor Wormwood, who is an urban bounty hunter. She runs her own little business, just a one-person sole trader kind of gig, where she hunts down people who need hunting down and hands them over to the authorities. She's a lot of fun to play, and I'm really excited. And I'm going to hand it off. I think we've only got one left.
Yes, I know how this all goes. Save the best for last. You all made a wise choice. But no, seriously, I'm the other Sam, or Samuel for ease of convenience, I guess. I am on Twitter as @Eldritch Warlock. I've appeared here on Variant Roles on a couple of one-shots in the past, and obviously will be reprising my role every Friday going forward until this ends. I have made a couple of appearances on the RPG Lab on Twitch as well. and have a spot on their Monday show. But tonight I am playing the Tabaxi, well, the Tabaxi, shall we say. You all have the task of guessing what class I am, although I'm sure it's going to be quite easy. Although I will say he is probably quite wary of Joe. He doesn't like bounty hunters and probably has a bounty on his own head. One too many pissed off nobles, you understand, they don't like it when their daughter's innocence is impugned.
Cool. Thank you, guys. I'm going to try to breathe between sentences so I don't become short of breath. Yeah, so that's an important mental note that I'm making out loud. Yeah, so I'm really excited to be getting this thing rolling. I'm Taryn. I'm the DM of this. I play everyone else, so, and the environment and the world and yeah, everything. I'm everything. So, let's see where we get off. Yeah, I realized what I just said. Anyway, moving on. So our scene opens on the Yawning Portal, one of Waterdeep's most prestigious adventuring taverns, pubs, inns, wherever people of repute like to go and drink and spend a little bit of coin. You guys have found yourselves at a table, enjoying meat and drink and vegetables for you those that don't eat meat, and I'm guessing a game of Tears Hand is going on, based on your nerdy aspects as both players and characters. So let's just open it there. What are you guys talking about? What's going on?
Jor is just drinking, not engaging in the game. Not a big gambler. Jor is much more about the fight that happens after the gambling. So she's just sitting back with a beer.
And why would I be bothering myself with a simple game when there are so many delectable women to approach? Yes, I am an arsehole if that's not clear.
I think in all of this, Prince is sitting with the rest of you, playing the game as well. But I think he's pretty engaged, and he's also being really nitpicky about what he's actually touching right now. Like, not a lot of physical contact going on over here.
Oh, come on, Prince, you cannot contain yourself to purple for the rest of your life.
Well, you see, I didn't start my life with purple, so I can do it for the rest, and we'll see where that takes me.
You are just so boring.
Purple is the most exciting color.
Purple is the most boring.
Purple's a pretty bloody good color.
Bloody,
it's not the best.
Keyword.
Not the best.
Bloody boring.
I see we have some minds that I have to change. Thank you.
Knocks back the rest of the beer, gets another one.
Just disappears into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You spot him about a minute later over in the corner chatting up a woman. Probably gets a drink thrown in his face. Doesn't bother him.
I'm going to go chat up the same woman.
Oh, this is going to be a great group. Harmony, Hisver, what are you guys up to?
So Hisver would lean over to Prince. He'd go, someone important, famous, maybe. Are we playing more tonight? But someone important is coming.
Well, I would hope that we're going to be playing for the rest of the night. I have a lot of figures that I need to get out onto the board still.
I am out of money for figures. I need to get more money for figures.
I kind of feel the same way. Like, there's a couple figures that I want to get, and, well, let's say I don't have enough for any of them right now.
Mm-hmm. I think it will be resolved.
While they're having this discussion, I win the game.
Damn it, how did you do that?
I just saw my
He is the only one paying attention.
and took it.
was the likely conclusion?
I have to, out of character real quick, I have to say I have no idea how Warhammer is actually played. So
Neither do I.
kind of took a liberty there.
Good thing this is Tyr's hand, not Warhammer. So you
I
know
know
it requires
a lot of gold, and a lot of
Definitely.
patience.
Well, I won while you guys were bickering, while all of you were bickering.
I'm pretty sure at this point, Fives returns back to the group, his fur just dripping with beer. Wow, that did not go well.
Hey DM, how did it go for me?
Just give me a general charisma check. Let's just find out.
All right.
First roll of the game.
13.
It went unluckily, just like for Fives because of the 13. No, she was put off by the fact that you approached her frequently, or closely to the time that Fives did. So it's like you guys were tag teaming, and it just kind of it put her off. Yeah. Yeah.
Surely a word by now is you do not follow after the footsteps of a master, even if said master does stumble a couple of times. And I'm going to shut up now.
That was a stumble. Yeah. Oh, mate, I'd hate to see her fall.
Oh, pick someone else then. Give me a challenge.
So as this is all going on, you guys kind of, the roar of the crowd, everyone's chatting and talking, and above all of that noise, eclipses a shout. "You pig! Like killing me mates, do ya?" So at that point, you see a 7-foot-tall half-orc hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered in eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. They're kind of, doing that taunting thing that the buddies do, and they're kind of like, "Yeah, man, get him!" They're all from Jersey. So the half-orc cracks her knuckles and roars and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see any blood drawn, a crowd of spectators clusters around the brawl. What are you guys doing?
Is your
Go
5
in.
gold on you? I slap Michelle on the back as she goes and just whisper, "Hey, 5 gold on you. Don't disappoint me."
I'm going in.
Jorah's charging. What are the rest of you doing? Prince?
So as soon as I see a bunch of people moving around, make a commotion, I think I freak out and I try and crawl under the table.
Valid. Totally valid. Hisver, what are you doing?
The pieces are important, and someone's coming. I'm going to take care of the pieces. They're expensive.
Ezra begins, collecting all of the parts and miniatures and everything while Prince dives into the table. Fives, Harmony, what are you guys up to?
Okay, I'm not quite as scared as Prince, but I'll definitely pick up 1 or 2 miniatures, kind of like absently, like an afterthought when I see the gnome doing it. But at the sound of any kind of altercation, I start getting a little nervous, and I don't hide, but I definitely, kind of hang back a bit, especially because I don't know there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of motion. I'm not into it.
I am charging after Joe, although I am not fighting. I'm crying out, "Come place your bets, come place your bets. Good offers." Gold, silver, bronze, copper, all is accepted here. Come place your bets.
Gotcha.
I pocket the coin.
Okay, you just completely just start gathering. Give me a general deception check.
Okay, let's see. Deception is +6, so that's a nat 20 for 26.
Okay. Yeah.
First roll of the game? No, not first roll of the game. Sorry, second roll of the game. So
I'm going to
nice.
Double that. Let's see. That's 10 plus 4. That's 14. 20. I'm going to say you managed to somehow swindle 28 gold off people. So
Tabaxi did no wrong, and Tabaxi did good.
Jor, go ahead and give me a athletics check to see if you can kind of push this crowd out of your way. So,
All right.
There's a large number of people have gotten in your path. Oh, are we just?
It's a 17.
Okay, I was like, are we just rolling nat 20s all night? Because then I'm just gonna quit and let you guys tell the story. So just say whatever you want. 17. Yeah. You managed to. You're kind of a little bit more. You've worked out a lot more than most of the people in this crowd. They're most of the adventurers have taken the night off, so these are all just general patrons. So you're able to kind of just like work your way through, and you're also experienced at this. You're kind of your line of work is manhandling people, so you get. And there are now at this point, all 5 of those dudes have kind of, or I guess the 4 that were left have now ganged up on the one half orc because she has decidedly knocked unconscious the one shaved head dude, but is now getting kind of ganged up on by the other 4 humans that were with him. What are you doing?
I'm gonna help her out. Yeah, come on, 4 and 1. It's not fair.
So how are you helping her out?
I'm just gonna cold clock one of them.
Okay.
Just gonna punch him.
Just give me unarmed strike.
I have Tavern Brawler, so this will be fun.
Right. So just punch him square in the face.
Punching square in the face. That'll be okay. 12 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that hits because these are just dudes hanging out at a bar. They're not wearing any armor. They're kind of big, bulky, so they don't have a lot of dexterity. So, yeah, you just manage to just like catch this guy right in the high cheekbone and just hit him. Give me some damage.
So that would be yes.
You are not trying to kill him, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Not trying to kill him. Knock him out.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah. As a rule, Jorah's non-lethal. She likes to maim, not kill. But that was a 4 on my D4, so that is 4 plus 4. That is an 8 damage for my cold clock.
I think you're muted, Karen.
I am muted. Yes. I realized that about halfway through my sentence. So I'm going to say that is enough to kind of jar him, and he is pushed back a little bit. He is reeling. I mean, if it was a cartoon, you'd see stars around his head. He is pushed back, and the other a couple of them notice this. One's still kind of going at the half orc, but a couple of them kind of pull back and are like looking at you. And about that time, you hear "Oi, quit this racket!" And steps through the crowd is the bartender Durnan. He is a kind of burly-looking dude, slicked back ponytail hair, dark. He is obviously an old adventurer. He has a giant greatsword just slung over his shoulder. And he is upset that you guys are brawling in his bar. So,
would he know me?
Probably have run a couple of times into him. I'm sure you've patroned the Yawning Portal before. So, yeah. He's Durnan's like, hey, Jorah, you guys got a problem here. And the 3 that have not been cold clock kind of back up a little bit. The half orc is a little bit unconscious on the floor, mainly all unconscious. But they haven't managed to do anything. And Duran kind of leave, and they kind of escorts them out. As one of the barkeeps comes, or the barmaids comes over, and she grabs you. Disappeared for a second.
That was my cat.
Grabs the large half orc and kind of pulls her to the side a little bit and begins kind of doing a little medicine, waking her up, splashing some water on her face, that kind of thing. So
I'm going to walk up and subtly slip your 5 gold.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Racket there.
Pleasure to make sure to start some more fights in the future. Our little business is so profitable.
Well, it is kind of my thing.
I know, that is why you're the big bruiser, and I'm the smart talker.
I think at this point, Print is going to come out from under the table as well and come up and join the 2 that just handled the brawl. And I think he's going to walk up kind of cautiously and be like, is it over? Are they going to come back?
I don't think so.
Isver would go over and see if there was any teeth or anything else knocked out that would be worth collecting.
Give me a general investigation check.
19.
Yeah, you find like 8 teeth.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Mostly, there were 7 of them for the one dude that Jor punched, and then there was one from the initial bald guy.
He picks them up and he finds there's a pocket right about his kneecap that he sticks them all in.
Imagine being punched so hard you lose 7 teeth in one go.
I mean, she did like 8 damage, so.
1 for each tooth, almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to lean over to Prince and say, am I the only one that finds it odd that the little man is picking up teeth?
These are important.
Hush, little man, I wasn't talking to you.
But they will be important.
I wasn't talking to you, little man. Prince. I mean, if you heard, that doesn't matter. But yeah, Prince, am I the only one that finds this odd?
I'm gonna like smile a little bit, and I think I have one tooth that's purple, and be like, I'm not really sure I'm the one to be asking about odd things, but I think he's perfectly normal.
That's important too.
How am I seemingly one of the normal ones in this group?
No.
This has been fun, guys. I'm out. Bye.
No.
This got too weird for me. I'm kidding. But as this exchange is going down and his first counting out and repocketing and re-pulling out and counting his teeth, you hear as the patrons are kind of shuffling back. Troll! Troll in the tavern! As you look, and there is pulling out of the well that kind of facets the center of the Yawning Portal, this large, lumbering, green, nasty-looking figure is pulling himself out of the portal. And as he stands, you see these 4-winged creatures with the long proboscises that have kind of embedded themselves in this troll that have seemed almost fat on the blood of this being. And as you look at it, and everyone seems to be running away, the troll sort of glimmers. And then it glimmers a little more, and then it just is gone.
Hey, Joe, your boyfriend disappeared.
As the troll disappears, the proboscises sort of drop and then catch themselves and begin to fly. Or not proboscises, the Sturges. As I'm sure some of you would recognize them. And they begin to flutter, and they're swooping at you guys. So give me some initiative.
Oh boy.
Nope.
Pretty good.
24.
I got 17.
I've got a 13 for Prince.
Okay. I'm just going to preface this now when we do initiative. I'm just going to go around and ask you guys, so that way I can kind of keep track.
I'm sorry.
Sounds good.
No, you're good. You're good. I hadn't mentioned that before, so I'm doing that now, so we can be prepped for later. So 5s. And then who am I going to get? Prince. That's who I'm missing. So Harmony, what's your initiative?
24.
24.
Yeah.
Hisver.
18.
18. Jor?
4.
4. A good solid 4. I can do that on one hand, so that's got that going for you. 5s. Get up 4 5s. 17. Got it. And Prince.
He's got a 13.
13.
Yep.
Hisver, what is your dexterity modifier?
2. Plus 2.
2. And 5. So what's your dex mod?
+3.
+3. So we're going to do this all theater of the mind because it would just go a little quicker that way. There are 5 Sturges that have kind of seemingly avoided the evaporation that the troll has seemed to come under contact with. So There are 3 that are kind of close to the ground that seem to be sort of starting to swoop at some patrons. And there are a couple a little bit higher up that seem to be a little bit more dazed by the whole situation. So let's see. Harmony, you are up. Probably shouldn't shorten that to harm because that's way different, but
it is way different. All right. Okay. You said there are a couple higher up.
Yes, there are a couple sort of about 15 feet that are sort of where the troll's like head neck was that have kind of swooped and are just perched, kind of floating. Well,
since I'm ranged, I'm gonna go for those. Just happen to have my longbow on me while I'm in this tavern. Why not?
As one does.
23.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
Okay.
If it was a 24, it would have missed, but because it was just 23.
Plus, sorry. I always play on roll 20 and it rolls everything for me. So
you are welcome to roll on our roll 20 game too. That feels better.
What do I add to my damage dice?
That would just be your dex modifier. So
it's whatever I roll plus my dex mod. So 11.
You rolled max damage?
I rolled a 6. Longbow is D8.
Yeah, so that would be just your dex mod, not your proficiency modifier for damage.
Right. My dex is 5. My dex mod is 5.
Oh, you have a 20 dex. I forgot about that. 20
in dex.
As a level 1.
Yeah.
Right. My bad. Yeah, this thing explodes as you hit it with this arrow. It is just gone. Like you hit it, just like it had like folded up to swim, like just do a little flapping, and it just evaporates.
It's a little bit sad.
Nope, it's gone. You can't even be sad about it because nothing exists anymore. So
nice. All right, that's a great start to the campaign.
So 18 is next up, which would be Hisser, but the Sturges beat you on modifier, so which is unfortunate. But so I've got 2, actually now just 1 that is going to swoop down because the other one evaporated. It is going to swoop down towards actually 1 that is going to go right at Prince.
I'm scared.
So there's the Sturge that is up in the air, sees its buddy just explode into a puff of gore. It's going to swoop down at you and let's see, does a 15 hit you?
A 15 hits, yep.
Okay. Why did I put no D4s out? That was just bad planning on my part. Do I have any D4s? That was worse planning on my part. I'm just going to roll and roll 20. Yeah, I'm just going to roll with that. That is 5 damage of piercing.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
That hurts.
So, and it, as it hits you, it kind of doesn't just like pierce you, it sort of lodges, and it is now lodged into your shoulder on your right side.
Help.
So next up is going to be 5s.
Would it not be Hisver?
Oh yeah, Hisver. Sorry. Totally. Yep. Good catch. Just testing you.
Naturally, of course. Any mistake you make.
Of course, yes. I'm the DM. I'm perfect.
So normally this would be where Hisver would run and hide, but the fact that one of his buddies is being attacked, he will backpedal to cover wherever he get under a table or whatever, and then he will fire magic missile.
Okay.
Attached to Prince.
Okay. Just. Yep. Yeah. That hits automatically.
Yep.
And does at least 3 damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this thing explodes.
Excellent.
Don't even need to roll damage. This thing just tick, tick, tick. And Prince is covered in blood. Just because it was troll blood before, just this thing was fat with all of the blood that it sucked up, and just it explodes and kind of just gores right across Prince's face.
I still need help.
This is where it's your duty to prestidigitate Prince when this is over. So,
if only that was a spell I took.
Oh, I'm sure one of the bards has it, or one of the bard. I'm a bard anyway. 5's you're up.
I'm just gonna slowly look around and think and say, so we're not going to roll, we're just gonna fine. By the way, Prince, that looks good on you. And I'm gonna he's gonna reach into his jacket sleeve, pull out a knife, and throw it at the hovering one up above.
Oh, those 2 have been gone. There's a couple now. There's 3
right.
at eye level left. So
sorry, my mistake.
No, you're good. You're good. Theater of the mind. That's part of it.
I'll go for the middle one.
Okay.
And I believe
so. Give me an attack roll.
I believe because daggers are light weapons, I should be able to throw with this a second dagger as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could bonus action throw. I think because it's technically 2-weapon fighting, or
I think
you have to have it in both hands because you can only interact with 1 dagger a turn.
Yeah, you've got your main hand doing offhand.
Yeah.
But I'm drawing. So
technically, you only drew 1, so I'm going to say that you can only use 1 because you didn't have them both in your hands.
No, yeah, you're right.
Dual wielder feat, so.
Yeah, my fault. I completely forgot that ruling, but
no worries. That's what I'm here for.
So that is a +5 for 14.
That just hits. So give me some damage.
So that's a 1 moment +3 for 5 points of damage.
Your modifier is +3. It's dead. So
okay.
That dagger just kind of like goes into it, and it just like slices it in half. Does that perfect little like turn thing as it's going across the Sturge, and it just folds, and just 2 pieces fall to the ground. So
Harmony, don't let me forget that dagger. I want that dagger back. Don't let me forget.
Actually, let me see. 2d10s. I had another d10. What did I do with this here?
Let me guess. I might hit someone.
No, it falls into the well in the center of. Yeah, I rolled a percentile die, and it's gone.
Well,
I wanted that.
Bugger, shite, bugger. I'll get another.
I'm sure there's a few around.
Yeah, I can steal one off someone. Easy enough.
Okay, it is now the 2 Sturges that haven't gone yet. The one on the left and one on the right, as the middle one is now in 2. And thankfully that doesn't make 4 Sturges, just makes 2. The one on the left is going to go for, let's gonna dive for Hisver, as he is under the table. He looks small and easy to prey upon. So that is a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That is just 4 damage. But now one is lodged like on the back of your left shoulder.
No.
And then the other one is going to go for 5s as decimated is Buddy. So
do not touch the fur. Do not touch the fur. Do not touch the fur.
That is just a 12. Don't think that hits.
Do not touch the fur, and I slap it away. Do not touch the fucking fur.
Sorry, I should not do that.
He does that noise.
He does? Okay. Let's see who's up next. Prince.
All right. When I see, after I've just been exploded on by this blood, and I saw these magic missiles, and I'm kind of freaking out, I look over to see where the magic missiles came from, and I see Hisver over there with one of the Sturges harassing him. So I briefly look at myself, and I look over to the Sturge, and I yell at him, "Nobody touches my friends." and I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on the Sturge over there.
Of course. And that is what kind of save is that?
It's a Wisdom save versus 13.
Yeah, that's a 9. So, yes. And they have a -1. So yeah, that's.
Sweet. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, it's dead. It just and then it just collapses. So.
Okay, and
I hope that was loudest for you guys. It was loud for me. So.
And as my bonus action, I'm gonna look over to Jor and I'm gonna say, "Please help us. We're bloody and we need help." And I'm gonna give you inspiration.
Yay! So what do I get for that?
I think
you get.
Yeah,
it's
D6.
a D6, right? Yeah.
Yes. Right.
So at your discretion, you can use that.
D6 acquired.
Applied. Okay.
Acquired.
Anyway, so looks like it's last but definitely least, Joy.
Finally. All right. So the one that kind of crawled itself under the table with his is that still alive?
No, it screeched and died because it got mocked to death somehow.
Are any of them close enough to the ground for a longsword strike?
Oh, definitely. The last one alive is just like fluttering there, just like if something without eyes could look freaked out, this thing looks freaked out.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm going to draw my longsword and just take a swipe.
Okay. Give me a roll.
18.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it hits.
Great. 1d8 plus 4. 8. Okay, that is 12. 12 damage.
Yeah, much like what happened to the one that Harmony shot, this one just like as you catch it, it just pops. It's not like a cleave, it's just and it just disintegrates into mist as it falls to the floor and bloodies the wood. So that is the Sturges. They are dead. Initiative is order, and you guys have not died. Well done.
Yay.
I'm half dead.
We did it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you're not dead, so
Yeah.
you're only mostly dead.
And let's look on the bright side. No one touched my fur.
Jill reaches out.
Oh, sure. If you want to stroke my fur, by all means, you can come to my room later.
Jill pulls back.
Hisver goes to Prince and pulls out a cloth and starts dabbing blood off of.
I just happily accept this helping of cleaning, and I just stand there grossed out.
But he stops after.
Imagine you can only like reach like his waist though, so it's not really effective.
Well, and he only gets about that much, and then he's like, "That's enough." He puts it in
I
his
walk
pocket.
up. Walk up next to Prince and kind of put my arm next to his. I'm like, we match. We're so close now.
Like,
just
all
wipe
right.
a little bit more of that off. And
I'll like mix it in. No, just kidding.
No, don't mix the troll blood in. It's a bad idea.
It's great for your pores.
You hear a voice from above. No. So as you guys are kind of cleaning up, and Hisver is pocketing a cloth with troll blood on it,
and I'm hunting around for a knife.
Yeah. I'm going to say you find 2 to return the one that you lost. So.
Oh, lovely. One goes back up in the sleeve. The other one just gets thrown at a random. I assume it's like dartboard sentry for knife throws.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Jor and tell her she was cool. She was real
Like,
cool.
oh, honey, but did you see what you did? You
Oh
popped it.
no, it wasn't nearly as cool as you.
You popped it.
No, sure, she's right. You did it brilliantly. As I
mean,
pass on,
obviously, but
I
you
want to
popped
try.
it.
I want to try and lift that 5 gold back.
I'm going to say before you get a chance to do that, a figure approaches.
Right.
It's a human. I'm actually going to pop a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Handout out on your on a Roll20 game. I'll describe him for the viewers, but just for you guys to get a view. This dude, he is in fancy clothing. He is a human. He is wearing a white shirt with like gold puffy sleeves, black and gold hat that is poofed beyond belief. He is twirling his mustache as he approaches you guys. He is adjusting his hat and kind of tightening his scarf. He's trying to present himself a little bit. Volo Gadam, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service.
I told you. I told you earlier. See?
Are you done? I had a speech prepared.
You're going to die a very horrible death.
I like him.
Volothamp just completely just stops for a second. It's just like rears back. He's like, never mind.
It's not a threat. It's just true.
I'm certain you believe that. I trust you've noted the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visits to Baldur's Gate. But now, I fear I've misplaced a friend of mine amid this Odysseus malviolence. My buddy's name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, and or he took a bad way home a couple nights ago. Think he was kidnapped. Or worse. I'm willing to pay you if you agree to track him down with all due haste. I can offer you 10 dragons apiece now, or I can give you 10 times that when you find my friend Floon. I prevail you upon you in my own need.
We could buy a lot of minifigures with that.
What does he mean by worse?
Oh, sold to slavery, killed, taken into
Fingers cut off.
I mean dead. I mean dead.
Oh,
But I mean,
that's what I mean.
There's worse than dead.
Yo.
Yeah, there's not worse than death.
Oh, so much worse.
You're not doing much to confirm my worries about my friend Floon.
Well, I mean, you did not hire us to be your counselor or whatever. You hired us to find your friend.
Oh, have you agreed then? That was quick. I was expecting a lot more haggling.
You offered gold, you offered a story for me to tell. If they want to haggle, they can haggle with me. I'm perfectly happy.
No, he kind of like ushers you over to a table of his, which you guys soon realize is actually your table that he has plopped his book down at. He is taken over and he's kind of like admiring one of your Tyr's hand figures. Hey, obviously, it's I obviously have any questions, but and he's kind of like rustling with a pack of his, and he's pulling out 5 packs of 10 gold for you.
Wait, no. You said we could have more.
After you find Floon, this is just an upfront payment. I misspoke.
So there's going to be upfront, and then
while he's talking, just takes one.
Yeah. He kind of gives you a big tip of his hat, and it doesn't have a brim, so he has to use 2 hands for it. So
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And the 10 gold disappears into my pocket. Or 10 dragons, rather.
Yeah, 10 dragons.
Would you mind would you mind signing and would you mind an autograph?
He's kind of like obviously blushing a little bit, but is smiling and just kind of pulls out a quill and ink and is dipping while you're still finishing your sentence.
He pulls out a piece of paper that's wadded about. He smooths it out. And then when he sets it down, it's already has something written on it. I will not hold his for responsible for my hideous death.
Weird request, but yeah, you got it. He just kind of like signs it for you, and he's like, all with love, Volo.
He takes it and looks at it. Okay, and crumples it back up and puts it back in the sink.
Can I put my name on that?
I mean, you're not. I don't not hideous death. That him. Oh.
No, I mean, it absolved me of responsibility too. I mean, that seems like a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of waivers before.
You could.
Everyone should sign a waiver.
You could. You could try.
Can I interject? I actually would like to give you some information about my friend that you're going to try to find. So that would be if that would help your investigation at all. Yeah.
We were debating on the clauses of a waiver, but yours can be done now, I'm sure.
I already just signed one with him. Actually, what was your name? Actually, what was all your names?
Jaw.
Jaw.
Sure.
So
Sure
she
what?
is Joe, otherwise known as Stunner, or Brat, or I don't know. That one
You keep it coming.
The purple one is Prince. I just call him Violet or what have you. The pink one, well, that is Harmony. I call her Little Faye. And the tiny one whose contract you signed, well, that's the little man.
He's Blossom.
No, I am 5 thorns of the blossom.
Blossom. That's a good name, yeah. I like that name. So, Isva, right? Little one? Little one? Yeah, actually, if I could get like your address or something, I have some questions about your ability to divine things. So,
it's under doesn't have an address. It's a hole under another building. It's in the trade word.
I'm just looking to consult on a new book of mine, Volo's Guide to Spirits. So you seem to have something in tune with them. So I'm looking for contacts. Still waiting on royalties back from Guide to Monsters. So
don't bother; it won't do well.
You're a real bummer.
He is. That way, I honestly, I tone out about 75-80% of what he says. It's just white noise to me.
So as you guys are having this conversation with Volo, and you were kind of seated around this table, much kind of what that effect that happened with the troll, but in a larger scale, seems to kind of pulse around you guys, kind of a glimmer, and a little bit faster, a little bit faster, and a little bit faster. And you guys find yourself seated around the same table, a very similar table, but your environment has changed. You guys find yourself at a much more rundown, beat up, front windows are blown out, much smaller tavern on the other side of the city. You guys look around. You guys look around, and whether it's indifference or the inability to notice this sort of effect, the patrons of this tavern have not noticed your movement. Volo seems, if not unfazed, unaware. So you guys each have a large tankard in front of you. And Volo continues his information or attempt to give you information about his friend that you are trying to find. So
did we all just... Do I recognize the bar?
Yes, actually, because you are from the dock district, right?
Well, I spend a lot of time there. The business is in the trade district, but spends a lot of time in the docks.
So you would recognize this as the Skewered Dragon. It is a rundown pub that is pretty much one of the hubs of the dock district. You recognize most of the locals. What's the word I'm looking for? Frequenters of a tavern.
Regulars. The
regulars. Yeah, regs. Patrons, regs, all those words and more. So you recognize a lot of the regulars. And they just seem kind of unfazed. Not sure if your memory is confused and you guys walked here or something. It all seems a little fuzzy on. Some of you you think you walked here. Some of you are sort of certain that something happened. Hisver and Harmony are especially befuddled by the situation, but no one else seems to know.
Okay. I'm just like squinting at a guy in the corner like, I think he knocked me out last week.
It's definitely the guy that knocked you out last week.
5 gold,
like
Gio. Same deal. 5 gold. Go knock him out.
No, he was nice. That was just for funsies.
Hey, if I could interject for a second here, I really would just like to give you some information from my friend. As I was explaining on the walk over, this is the Skewered Dragon. This is where I was drinking with my buddy Floon before he disappeared. So,
do you have hair? Do you have his hair?
I do not usually keep a collection of my friend's hair, but
you should. You should.
When you say he disappeared,
I mean, I was with him, and then we left. and then we went away, and I haven't seen him for a couple days. Not like
what
pumped away or anything. That would be crazy.
A group of adventurers. Have you asked his other friends?
Floon's a bit of a just kind of a different guy.
He doesn't have friends.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to put it nicely, but he's not here. So, thanks, Prince.
So what?
Yeah.
Is there anything we need to know about him?
He's well, no, Floon's Floon. He's got more, beauty than brains, as I said. But he's good looking. He's in his early 30s. He's got wavy red blonde hair.
I know we're all single, but you don't have to lay it on.
No, I'm just telling what he looks like. He's got like nice clothing, like me. We were drinking here, and then just haven't seen him. So, but if you are looking, I will set you up after you find him, like that. And that could be arranged.
Sounds.
He doesn't have any friends, so maybe try it.
Well, it's he's new to the city.
Well, if he's been kidnapped, he's got a proper welcome. It seems.
Okay. As Waterdeep would allow it, yeah. But
so you said you go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
What is there any reason he might have just up and disappeared? Like, is there anything anything shady that we should know about? Any clues or anything we could go off of?
I mean, just the violence in the city, the warfare. Not warfare, but we've all seen kind of the gangs kind of getting a little bit more active lately. So
yeah,
it's just I don't know why I went Jersey there for a second. It's just it's what's that guy from Star Wars Episode 1? Anyway, I completely switched accents. That's on me. Anyway, so yeah, he just general violence is his explanation there. Nothing, no reason he's concerned except he hasn't seen Floon in a couple of days, and it's getting rough out in the Waterdeep, especially this area at the time of night that he went missing, which you notice that it's sort of late. So
yes, the Harpers have been most worried about this particular rise in crime.
As they should.
Although, I mean, it has been good employment for me, so silver lining and all that.
Yeah. My only suggestion would be, you got a lot of regulars here. Maybe ask around. People might be here that night, so.
I'm going to pull out my map of Waterdeep, and I spread it out on the table, and I have a pen, I guess. I'm going to say, take that liberty, I have a pen. And I'm going to circle the tavern that we're in, and I'm going to ask him where the Floon lives. Just trying to get a general area of where to start searching.
Yeah, he kind of spends some time and he circles a house kind of in between the Merchant District and the Dock District. So.
Okay.
They were drinking here. Somebody else saw something? Maybe.
That might be my thing. I haven't been here in a couple of days, but somebody else might spend a little bit more time here. It was Floon's suggestion. He likes this place. I don't know why. I keep telling him we should just stick to the Yawning Portal because it's a little bit safer. Obviously, not with the Sturges and the trolls and all that jazz. But
this place is a shithole.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not wrong.
So, but if that's all the questions you got, I'm gonna get them away. It was kind of on my way to walk here with you guys anyway, but
Where can we find you?
Generally at the Yawning Portal. That'd be a good place as any. I'll spend most days there. Just come find me there after you find Floon. Please find my friend. He's like I said, he doesn't really have a lot of other people, and all friends are dear to me, but so is Floon. So.
Of course, we shall do our utmost to recover your lost companion.
say I'm not sure I really trust you, but yes.
But I mean, money is on the table. For that,
Oh, no, it's not anymore. It's in my pocket.
If you find Floon, I've got another 100 dragons with each of your names on it, so incentive.
And now you have my utmost trust.
Was the plan, yeah.
Don't when you leave, don't turn left and just avoid sheep.
He just walks out the door. No acknowledgement, just gone.
I am so tempted to make a Welsh joke. I have to refrain from making a Welsh joke.
Are we still in this? Are we still in the shitty tavern?
Yes, you are still in the shitty dragon, skewered dragon.
Okay, that's what
Shitty dragon.
The shitty
That's a
dragon.
completely
Shitty dragon. I'll pull out my Sean Connery for this one if you guys feel like it. Shitty dragon.
That's a completely different thing.
Okay, guys. Anyway,
I'm gonna fold my map back up and kind of tuck it away and look at Jor. And if you've been to this tavern, is there any chance you've seen this man before?
Would I have seen him before? I mean,
It sounds pretty. Like,
yeah.
give me.
She goes to a lot of taverns.
Yeah. Let's see. What kind of check do I want that to be? What do you want to use to recollect it? You tell me what check you want to use.
Well, I think not that. Insight, investigation.
Yeah. Let's do insight. That's kind of your people watching skill. So I'm doing this a lot tonight, but I promise this is not the only hand motion I know.
Okay. Insight. Oh, that would be 13.
13. No. You, from the description, he looks like a lot of guys that you have either worked for, hunted down, beaten up. Any number of things. I mean, red, wavy, blonde-haired guys and fancy clothing is in abundance in Waterdeep. So
he doesn't sound like somebody I regularly fight, so he probably just doesn't make much of an impression. I might have seen him, but I can't remember.
that makes sense. Right. Well, it was worth a shot. I
So
suppose we should start asking people here.
I guess the question now is, do we just take the gold and run? You could.
No,
I have a business and a reputation.
You talk to people well. To talk to people here. The back corner is I think the back corner people are there all the time. I don't know.
What?
You lot have no fun. You don't respond well to my jokes. Okay, here's who do I talk to? Point me to them.
The people who would be in the back corner, they probably go to that table every night. Try back there.
I just shrug and I do walk over where his pointed me to.
Okay. Yeah, so while fives, we'll kind of start doing this a little bit, kind of separate you guys out, and we'll kind of cut back and forth between what's going on. What's everyone else doing while fives is heading that direction?
I'm going to go with him in case it's people I know, and to make sure he doesn't, stuff it up.
Okay.
Fair.
So fives
Or
and
steal
Dora
anything.
are
Get
going.
himself killed.
Sorry. That caught me off guard. Anyway,
I mean, no promises.
Yeah. Fives and Joy are going over to the guys in the back corner. Hisver, Harmony, Prince, what are you guys up to?
Does anyone want to go talk and see if the employees here know this person?
There's, there's one barkeeper, and that is
the one
barkeeper. So the one employee.
Employee of the month.
Every month.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go do that, and if anyone wants to come join, they're more than welcome.
I'm going to go with him because he's still covered in blood, and that could surprise a few people. So
maybe we should get cleaned up first.
Can mending remove blood? Because that's like one thing I can do.
I don't think mending puts the blood back together. You cast mending, and there's just a vein across his face now.
Oh. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm gross. I'm sorry.
Hisver declines to go talk to anybody and just says he has important work to do, and he basically climbs under the table and starts searching around on the floor for interesting bits and pieces of things.
That sounds important.
Good old Hisver. You know, looking in the right places. So. Okay, we're going to cut to Five's Door first. You are approaching a band of 3 rough-looking dock workers, kind of scraps of garb, cloth shirts, just rough-looking dudes. They've all got a tankard in front of them, just mugging it.
Cool. Do I know any of them?
Give me a history check.
Okay. Oh yeah, 16.
Yeah. You know a couple of these guys, Jacobson and Griever. A couple of dudes by their doc names. They're all 3 humans. They're just regulars here. You've beat up Griever a couple of times. Jacobson usually just bets. So, and then they've got another guy with him. They're all just pretty generic. One's got a beard. One's got nothing, no hair at all, no eyebrows, and the other one's just kind of there.
Okay, she walks up and just says, "Hey, Griever, you feeling strong?"
What do you want, Joe?
And she goes into I'm just going to ask whether he's seen this person. There's a beer in it for you, if you can give me something useful. We're just, you know the work I do. We're just after a guy. And passes on the description.
Gotcha. Maybe. What's it to you?
It's a job. It's work. You know my line of work.
A job is a job, after all.
Who's your friend?
Oh,
Blossom.
Are you not going to do the honor of... Why did I
His name is Blossom.
Different? Why did I ever expect...
Blossom, eh? It's kind of a weird name.
It is Thorns.
I think it suits him.
It is Thorns.
Thorns? Sounds like you're trying to cover up Blossom.
Blossom.
Blossom. Hey, Johnson, Jacobson, do you hear this? His name's Blossom. And they all kind of just start chuckling and just...
So
what do you want?
What are your charming friends' names again?
Jacob. This is Jacobson, and this guy is Griever. You've got a bit of a black eye there, Greaves. Are you doing all right?
No, just still recovering from the last time you socked me.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Maybe for you. I did make some coin off it though, so I don't ever bet against myself. I don't bet for myself. Yeah, I don't bet for myself. I suck. That's why I call me Griever. I grieve for my pains. This is Tim. Yeah, Doc Tim.
Great, Jacobson, Griever, Tim. It is a
Doc Tim. It's Doc Tim. So
because
there's Tavern Tim and Doc Tim. They're different. So.
Okay. Well, don't mind if I call you Timmy.
Actually, I don't mind if you call me Timmy.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I mean, it is a great pleasure. Yeah.
You said there's beer in force. I think we're gonna need that first. And they all 3 just down it.
Yep.
So, and my phone just went off. I'm gonna put that on silent now.
Yeah, Joe gets around to beers and just plops it down at the table and
gotcha.
Slides in next to Greaves.
Name. What were we asking about again?
So we're looking for a man. He has a pretty fellow, wavy red hair, went missing a couple of days prior. You know how it is, money involved. We search him, find him.
Gotcha. Make, how about both of you give me a persuasion check?
Okay.
Can I, hang on, is your persuasion?
Unless you want to intimidate.
Usually yes, but I don't think I do right now. Can I just assist?
Yeah. So 5's give me a persuasion check with advantage. So
okay. So the first roll is a 25. The second roll is a 17. So 25.
Yeah. Their memories are jogged with ale and persuasion. So, right. You said, wavy hair. Oh, I remember a guy like that. Yeah, actually, there were a couple of them. There's two. So one guy was here earlier with what's his name? Wrote the book about the monsters. Holo, Colo, Volo. Volo. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Volo. Yeah, one guy, he was here with Volo, and he left, and he came back with another guy that looked kind of like him. Very handsome, kind of, that dude you'd be into if you into dudes.
They look like they have more looks than brains.
Yeah,
Yes.
they definitely a little bit airy, as you put it.
Yes.
So, yeah. But yeah, so he came back in, they drank for a while, and then they left. So by that time, I was
They left. Did they
pretty
live
gone.
together?
They did, yeah. The other guy, the one you're not asking about. One of them was Rainier Neverember, son of the old High Lord. So
Okay.
Neverember, yeah. His dad's real important. Well, used to be important.
Yeah.
So,
No, I know the name.
so yeah, that's all I got for you. By that point, I was passed out.
So just to clarify,
Mm.
the guy we're looking for came back in with is Neverember.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and as that conversation kind of folds away, we're gonna pan over to Prince and Harmony. I'm orchestrating it.
One thing that I wanted to do after we got cleaned up and before we actually go up to the bar is I want to stand pretty far away and look over to the barkeep and carefully cast Charm Person on him.
Oh no!
Okay.
Just to relax him a little bit.
Just to clarify, it is a older half-orc woman. She has grayed hair,
Do we want to piss her off?
dreadlocks. She's kind of buff looking, but it's like an apron and a smock. Pretty sure those two are the same things. Anyway, yeah. So she's kind of cleaning glasses and stuff.
I'd like to do it away from where people would notice me if possible. So I'm not just.
You're kind of in the middle of the pub. So, why don't you give me what components does Charm Person have?
It's got verbal and somatic, so I've got to gotta do something.
You have to say something out loud and do a hand motion. So yeah. I'm guessing somebody's going to notice you. Are you sure about that?
Okay, if I think people will notice me, I'll wait it out and I'll walk
I'll
over.
dissuade him.
Yeah, it's a spell, and so it's not just. And you're a bard. You're not just like a wizard or a sorcerer. You literally have to like, da-da. So
yeah, if it's gonna be too obvious, I'll give away with that plan. Yeah. And I'll go talk to the bar anyway. Talk to the barkeep anyways, and hope that my natural charm is gonna work.
Hey, honey, what do you need?
Well, we have the most dire and important of missions, so we need your help.
Yeah? What do you need, honey?
Oh, we need information. You're really scaring me.
It's, sorry, it's just lots of Neverwinter cigarettes.
Oh no. Well,
Don't smoke. Don't smoke, honey.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it.
Unless on fire.
My name is Prince. You might have heard of
Is it, honey?
Oh yes, you might have heard of our printing company. And I've got my friend over here. Harmon, do you want to introduce yourself?
You just did.
Oh, sorry. I'm really afraid right now.
Jammed. I'm jammed.
Well, that almost happened, but I mean.
No, that's not my name. I'm just jammed.
Oh.
I gotta do a hand press to the throat, otherwise I can't do this voice.
What is your name, ma'am?
I'm forgotten it.
Oh no.
Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca. Can I call...
the orc.
Half orc, thank you.
Can
Rebecca the smoking apple.
Can we call you Becca? Is that...
It's fine.
Oh,
just,
fantastic.
you can call me anything, honey.
Whoa. You're
I look alarmed.
You too, darling. So, what brings you into my fine establishment today?
Well, we believe that there might have been some type of crime or something. And
crime in my establishment?
I know. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Keep a close eye on this place.
That's fantastic because we need that eye. Can you lend us your eye?
I can lend you 2 eyes, darling.
That would be even better.
What do you need?
Have you heard of Floon Blagmar?
I heard of him. Serve him all the time.
Fantastic. That is excellent. Maybe we could get a drink while we're talking about this. I really just want to, help out your economy.
She just pulls 2 large tankards, palming each one and sets them down. Doesn't pour anything, mind you. Just pulls them out from underneath the counter and just sets them down, wipes them off with a rag, and just pushes them towards you.
I really like the preparation you've got.
It's a talent, darling. Now, what was it you needed?
We need to find Floon.
I'm going to interrupt you right there. I need gold if I'm going to give you any sort of information.
Oh, all right. I'll pull out the 10 gold that I got from before and be like, is this? I don't know what the currency
That'll do.
Here.
And she just grabs the bag and just slides it underneath. So what we looking for? Floon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen him be around any weird people here or just anything?
Well, there was a night he was in here last. He was in here with Volo, and then he was in with Neverember. Weird company to keep you, ask me.
He was in here with Volo.
Well, Volo, and then Neverember, the son of that old High Lord.
Oh. Separately?
Yes. He came in with Volo, and then he left, and they came back with Neverember. And then he left later, so... yeah, he...
Do I know that name?
Anybody that is familiar with, has been in Waterdeep in any time is familiar with the Neverember name. Okay. So you are actually all familiar.
Okay.
Isber has had a couple of divinations about the importance of Neverember, but gets bogged down with the fact that, he used to his dad used to run the city, so...
Harmony, I've heard the strangest things about Neverember. He's, I don't know, he doesn't sound like the nicest person. Do you know...
Alan.
Oh, yes?
He's just another fancy boy that comes in here to drink and feel dangerous.
Ooh.
Well, if he wants to feel dangerous, maybe he's gotten mixed up in something he shouldn't have.
There was, after they left, this is that other bit that 10 gold bought you. They left and there was a scuffle outside. I saw a group of dark clothed figures just grab them and run off. So,
that's definitely 10 gold worth of information there, right there.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Well, I really appreciate the help. Do you know anything about the people that were outside your tavern during that night? Or
they're dressed like some local thugs.
The worst.
They usually hang around by Candledeep Lane. So
when you say local thugs, do you mean gang affiliated?
I mean Candledeep Lane folk. I see them around there every once in a while. That's all I got for you. That's all 10 gold will buy you, that is. She kind of gives you a big old smile and sets her large half-orc hands over a big tankard and just kind of
Becca
smiles.
Becca,
yeah. What do you need?
This is so important. The importance of this could not be overstated. And I just want.
I don't think you could overstate anything.
I practice, so we'll work on that. And I just want you to know, we might come back and ask for more help, but we could get more money. I'm really broke right now and would really appreciate if you could. Can you at least tell us if you know anything more and we can come back with more money?
You come back with more money and I'll come back with more information.
Okay, that sounds like
we'll cut back to pan back over to Fives and Jor. So actually, let's cut to his first. Give me an investigation check. I know I psyched you guys out.
8.
8.
Yep.
Yeah, you find splinters. That's what you find. So
splinters and cracks and stone and
a very interesting looking dead spider.
Oh, that's fantastic! Thank you. So he might actually, he may have been progress under other populated tables and start finding his way between other people's legs.
Yep. Most of the patrons here are drunk enough that they do not seem to care. They're just like pulling their feet up or pulling their seat back a little bit to just kind of let you like do your thing. You're clearly on a mission. So, Fives and Jor, back to you guys.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to know from these guys, or? I mean, they never
We're still right here. We're still right here.
Yeah, but I don't care.
That's fine.
Just drink up, buddy. Drink up.
Yeah, keep drinking. We have our own conversation going.
Yes.
I can do that. I can both do that, and I can do that.
Well, I mean, unless you want to win a little bit of money challenging one of them, I don't think there's any information.
I've already dusted my knuckles this evening, so I'm all right for now.
Yeah, I mean, I already made a bit of a haul before, so I'm happy enough with that. I mean,
I think
there's only so many jobs we can exploit, right?
Right.
Exploiting everyone, we're going to run out of people.
Exactly. We've got to pace ourselves here.
Yes, you're probably right.
Do we need any more information out of them? I mean, the Neverember name is... I got to be honest, I'm not happy to hear it. Those guys are big news and bad news.
Yeah, I'm not happy to hear it either. Mainly because it's a weird name. Never Ember. Who the hell names their family name Never Ember? It's
better than the name Blossom. They're all right, boys.
I will kill you slowly and painfully.
They slowly scoot down the table a little bit. So
friends, having another drink. Grabs another round of drinks, pops them on the table. Thank you for all your help, your information. It's been invaluable. Griever, I'll see you soon.
Been a pleasure chatting with you without getting hit by you. So it's a nice surprise.
They
all left their tankards and just.
One last thing before we go. Never Ember, has he been around any time since?
No.
Okay,
no.
You don't have to strain your minds there.
I'm honest. I'm 2 beers in, 3, 4, 5 beers in, but I'm honest. So.
Well, I mean, that obviously he had to stir in his mind a lot just to remember that. I doubt he has the capacity to lie right now.
Hey, Blossom's got a point. So.
I take a dagger and I stab it onto the table.
That's a nice dagger.
And it'll be in your hand where you can see it clearly.
If I can earn a dagger that way, I've done worse. He kind of puts his hand up.
I high five.
You what?
I high five him.
Okay. Nice. And he just goes back to drinking. So,
I mean, I can respect that. Who can't respect that?
Exactly.
So you guys kind of can congeal back together to share your information.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I use the word congeal, Sam. I saw that.
This is so confusing. I hear Sam and I want to react.
I'm sorry, Samuel or Samantha. I'm just kidding, buddy.
It's so I have to take that one moment to remember it's not me you're talking to. So,
I understand. And as we bring the pairs back together and Hisver finishes his scavenging of the floor, we're going to take a quick little 5-minute break, come back at 8:55 Central, 9:55 Eastern, and then whatever else time zone you're in.
5 to 3 in the morning
after
from
we're on now. So
12:55 in Australia.
Yep.
2:55 a.m. for me.
We are back.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for coming back. If you left, we left for a second because we needed a break. But yeah, so that 5 minutes ago, we party got some information, and they are going to start sharing it with each other. They can back up at the table, and Hisfer is currently under it. So,
buddy, you want to come up?
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
Leave him.
Sure.
Leave him to his little weirdness.
I found there's a spider. It's different than Wayroom.
Cool.
It's interesting.
This is why you leave him. He comes back with weird stuff.
Cool.
It's important.
Cool. What did you guys find out?
Well, we found out that the barkeep is a little bit scary and kind of intimidating.
Oh, yeah, I should have warned you.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can tell. You were the one who found it out through virtue of your good looks.
And my 10 gold. So broken.
As the group looks back over towards the bartender, she's winking at Prince. So
she has proclivities.
Definitely. Well, we learned about a fight that happened outside the bar, and we learned that Floon came here twice, which is a little bit weird. Why not just come with all of your friends? I thought we knew that he had no friends, but apparently not.
But he's up to 2, so under a 100% improvement. Give him that.
I know. And apparently this other guy was Never Ember. And I don't know if you've all heard of him as well, but yeah, he was here.
So basically we found out the exact same thing.
Wait.
Apart from
we know something a little bit more.
Oh, what did I miss?
You skipped part. That after they left, they were attacked.
Oh, right. I tried to forget the violence.
All right.
Okay, that bit we didn't get.
No, but we heard the name Never Ember come up, so that's a thing.
Becca informed us that after
So what happened with this fight?
I was just about to say, Becca informed us that
sorry, I honestly didn't hear you. Sorry, that was me. I didn't hear you.
After the two of them left, she said there was a scuffle outside the door. And I think she said there were 6 cloaked figures. And they basically spirited them away.
Ooh, both of them.
And Metagaming Pigeon, she mentioned that they hang out at Candledeep. Right. Not Candledeep. Candle Lane? Let me check my notes. Candle Lane, yeah.
And
Candledeep is different.
They hang out around Candle Lane.
Unsavory place.
I assume that as a tour guide of Waterdeep, I would know
not to go there, not to bring groups of children to that area.
No, otherwise I might be accused of kidnapping. But I don't know anything about that.
Funnily enough.
Can't happen again, is what the City Watch told you. So
that's an edit.
This cannot happen again.
My inner motivation for finding Floon is because I want to relate with him.
So with Fives' work with the Harpers, would he know of anything going on in that area of particular note to that guild?
Give me a just straight intelligence check. Actually, let's make it a charisma check.
Okay.
It's your ability to weasel information out of people. So
much better. So that is a 22.
All right, yeah. You would know that you've had some information that there is a warehouse there that is generally used by the Zentarum. So it is also logoed with their logo. So
yeah. So
logoed.
You know what? It's Friday night.
Why the hell not? This is a dumpster fire.
I'm sorry. As a disclaimer, Taryn is one of my best friends, so I have to make fun of him whenever I can.
It's fine, yeah. We're all friends here.
That's the nicest way.
Maybe it's in.
There's a bow tie on my glass. Thank you very much. Anyway, yes. Sorry, Fives.
So, Little Faye, did you say that they hang around where exactly?
On Candle Lane, where there's a logoed warehouse.
Well,
You got to brand. You have to brand.
well, I mean, the Centaurans have to get their name out somehow, surely. And, well, let's just say that area has been of particular note to the Harpers of late. And my employment has caused me to run across that area. So, well, this seems like a little paths of conversion, does it not?
The broker guy's arm there 2 weeks ago.
You're so cool.
I have nothing to say in response to that. Just, you couldn't let me have my moment. I was trying to build this thematic.
I'm sorry. Joel's like, by all means. But nobody saw you. Nobody saw you because you were sneaking and.
Yes, no, so I was going to get to that. I was building this big dramatic speech, this big dramatic moment and story, and you ruined it.
I'll buy you a beer.
The moment's gone. The moment's gone. Get me that beer. Go get me that beer. The moment's gone.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing now that you have gathered your information collectively? Hisfer, you imagine you have rejoined the party above the table?
He would have been present for that part.
Okay.
Can I think for a second and see if I've ever met anyone through the trade deals that would have ever been around Candle Lane or in that area, or if I know of anyone that would be over there that we could go find?
I'm just going to say that you generally know that Candle Lane is pretty much run down. It's beaten down. The Dock District in general is pretty scummy.
I wouldn't
but
be there.
Candle Lane in particular is noted for its actually only one working street lamp at the end of it with continual flame working. The rest of it is pretty dark. It's kind of run down. Not a lot of people use it except for nefarious means. Hint the Centaurum.
So everyone here, hands up who has night vision.
Ooh, nope.
Hand up here who is stealthy as well.
Nope.
So me and Harmony going to look.
Oh,
We should kind of all stay together, don't you think?
yeah. We were tired together. Yeah, we could go together.
Are you really going to walk
And it's not like a tiny little alley lane. I don't know why I do, but it's kind of a street still. It's lane in the sense that that's what it's called. Not lane as in like tiny. So
I mean, are we really going to just walk straight up there? No attempt to hide or that we're interested in. And I can see that you are interested in that role, so I'm going to shut up before I give you even more ideas.
Also,
You have just as much right to be there as anybody else. And if anybody asks, I'm giving them a back alley tour.
That is
We can be the tour
something
participants.
else.
Don't say that, Little Faye. Don't. Just.
and you're walking. So the group picks up their tankards and finishes whatever they would like to finish, and heading towards Candle Lane.
wait, before we birds.
What?
Birds. Birds. Big birds.
It's like I said,
That
it's
is
like
the
a toad.
word.
It's like a toad.
Let's
Volo.
go.
Sure, just block out like 75-80% of what he says.
So, DM,
Yes.
my favorite enemy is humanoid. And
Yes.
I think if I spend a minute
Excuse me.
in uninterrupted concentration, I can tell who passed by recently. Let's see. Where is it? Oh no, that might be something else. Sorry, hang on.
I think that's yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something else. Maybe
Level 1, I know you lose a lot of abilities at level 1.
Yeah. No, sorry, I was thinking of primeval awareness. So, but I do have advantage on wisdom checks to track my favorite enemies.
Okay. I will say that you know a lot of humanoids go by.
I know, yeah. I was gonna say
or humans.
I don't know if I can do that with a specific humanoid.
I'm gonna say that you're aware of where Candledeep Lane is, and so you can lead the party that direction. That will you kind of using your ranger-ness, you kind of pick up the track.
Survival or anything?
I'm just gonna rule that because you're a ranger and you've kind of gathered enough information that you're able to pick up kind of the way the scuffle happened and the ability to lead you towards Candle Lane, and you kind of you see a couple of some trail tracks where feet are being dragged.
I get to look like a badass then.
Yes. You in fact do canonically look like a badass.
That's all I want out of D&D. All right.
That's all I'm here for, is to make you guys badasses. And then when you roll nat ones, to make you look like buffoons. So it's my 2 rolls.
Win some, lose some.
But yeah, so Harmony, using her experience as both a guide and as a ranger, leads you to the Candledeep Lane. And as you approach, gloom envelops the street. An odorous one, too. Nearly all the street lamps have been smashed, and only one light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering light from down the lane, a distant candle. Hence the name, Candle Lane.
I'd like to put on some gloves.
Okay. I would like you to roll to put on gloves, please.
All right.
General sleight of hand check.
It's dark, man.
I got a 16.
You put on gloves so well. If Becky were here, man, it would be over.
I'll tell her about it.
Yeah, you should definitely. Actually, word gets out, and Becca is now expecting you back at Skewered Lane and is quite enamored of tales of your glove putting on skills.
So yeah, as we're approaching, Fives is actually going to take off this crimson cloak he wears, turn it inside out and wear it, and on the inside it's like a very matte navy. Joe, basically for blending into shadows.
Gotcha. So it's nighttime.
Yes. And could I make a stealth roll, as he's going to kind of go adjacent to the group?
Yeah.
Sure, give me a stealth roll.
Little push. Off you go, you stealthy bastard.
little pet on the tabaxi.
Off you go.
There's a slight purr, and then he slaps your hand. So I just rolled a natural 20 on my stealth for a total of 25.
Fives is gone. Just gone. You guys watch her, George just touches him, and then he is poof.
Could I goose Jova as I go?
Goose? I'm sorry. As an American, what?
Do you want to explain it?
He wants to grab her butt.
Yes.
It's gonna be an elbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that will negate your stealth roll, and Jorah will get a unarmed strike against you. So
I'm so tempted to do it anyway, but no. No, he'll vanish.
And with advantage. So.
Oh, an elbow.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
The revenge will come later. Actually, he whispers that in as he goes.
The vengeance.
So, Tabaxi is gone, blended into the night, until you guys approach the warehouse, where there's a gate, and then there's an open courtyard, and then
I am not real stealthy, so I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm hanging back.
Yeah.
We could just try walking in and saying hi.
There's a courtyard there's a door, and then there's a big loading dock door. The door has the figure of a 2-winged snake. So It's pretty much just right across from the one light on this lane. And so to kind of get close to it, unfortunately, Fives has to come into the light a little bit.
What if we walk past? What if Harmony pretends to lead us as a tour group, like right past the entrance, making lots of noise, and seeing if that helps Fives gets up close?
I like that.
All right. So that sounds like a good idea. Do you relay this to me, or is this just my own decision? You can tell me to do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Jo leans in. She's like, I don't think he can get close. Can we distraction tour guide?
Yeah.
Noise. I mean, I can make noise, but you might do it a little less angrily.
This is Candle Lane, and to your left or right, you will see a building with a snake on it. And I wouldn't go in there. Snakes are generally regarded as bad things. And let's see what else we have over here. There's a rat. And there's a dead fish. Now, where could that have come from? Oh my goodness.
So give me a deception roll to try and really sell this to a group. So
this is gonna go not good.
Is anyone gonna take the dead fish?
I was gonna say, are you gonna take the dead fish?
Yeah.
Hisva, take the dead fish, Hisva.
Oh boy, I have a -1 to deception.
Let's see how it goes.
Oh, and that is a 2. So that's
a 1.
That's a 1.
As soon as you start, you realize 1, there's no one around to buy it, and 2,
all right.
it's dark. There's no one, there's no lights on any of these. Yeah, it's late. It's just you realize that as soon as you get started, that this is probably not the best sort of cover that you could do, because tours in Waterdeep stop around 5 or 6. I mean, it's summer, so things might run a little to 7 or 8, but yeah, it's you realize as soon as you get started that no one's buying this because no one's there. So
I think we need to find out if there are people in the warehouse, so
we could throw a rock at the building.
Is there any adjacent buildings that
just try the door? I like this.
You want to just walk in? How about
you knock?
I think Blossom.
All right.
Should walk in.
Go up and knock.
Blossom's in the shadows somewhere, right?
Well, Blossom came into the light as soon as you passed under that one.
Okay. So,
unless Blossom was literally spider crawling, or I guess tabaxi crawling along the one under behind the light.
George should knock because she's probably the one that would be least likely to be attacked if there's anybody actually evil in there.
I could send if there's a crack or a window or so. I could send in Wayrune. Wayrune could look inside for us.
There is a window that is open for you, Hisfer. None of you have seen what he's talking about. No, he's just talking about something.
So he opens up the pocket, and a spider crawls up his chest, and then kind of crawls up his head and perches on top of his head.
Aww, it's so cute.
That's Wayrune. Wayrune could go in the window.
In the shadows, Fives' claws pop, and he has to force him to retract as he still wants to pounce on sudden spider.
I can bring him back, but it's stop. I have to buy incense, I think, and it. So don't kill Wayrune, please.
It's on his head. Pounce.
He's not that much of a cat.
Do it. Well,
So would there be a way actually for Fives to get up to that very same window? Or would even attempting that break his stealth completely?
I mean, there's no one really around besides the group to really roll stealth against. So, just give me a stealth roll just to see if you're quiet enough to kind of consider yourself to any beings that might be or might not be in the warehouse.
So not as good, but still a 19.
Yeah, not gone to the group. You are quiet as a mouse, and I realize the irony of that, considering you're tabaxi. So you kind of you're wall climbing. I'm guessing. What was your familiar's name, Hisver?
Wayroon.
Wayroon is kind of perched on your shoulder. So not yours, Fives. So they're both kind of tag teaming this window, excavate, like peeking in. So
I'm getting him up there.
Yeah, that was the whole point. So, but yeah, so as you peek in this window, you give me a perception check. Let's see what you spot.
So that is a, what was it? 16.
Okay. Yeah, let me do some. Okay. Just general rolling, nothing to worry about. So you notice some bodies on the floor, prone, dead, that are sort of skewn within your view on this in this warehouse. So
can I see any movement, anything like that?
Not with that perception check. No.
I'll reach up to my I'll reach up to my shoulder and basically let Wayroon crawl onto my hand and place him just inside the window so he can go have a closer look.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd have to sit down for this part because I won't be able to hear you while I just hold on. So he sits down and tunes into Wayroon.
And could I try and crawl into the window after Wayroon?
We're going to see what Wayroon does first. I'm going to let him go ahead, and then we'll get back to based on what that.
So he'll skitter down the floor, down the wall, and then kind of go over to check out the bodies to see if there's anything relevant that the spider can detect, I guess.
Give me a general stealth check for your spider. So
15.
Yeah. Okay. So you are, I guess not you are, Wayroon is stealthily kind of making his way amongst the bodies, skittering and scattering across the floor. And as you kind of turn around a couple of boxes, you notice a few more bodies and a couple of black-feathered, shorter, sort of beaked creatures that seem to be poking and milling about, looting or whatever.
Birds. Big birds.
You hear one of them.
I knew it.
Check the bodies. Check the bodies.
Big birds inside.
Wasn't wrong. I mean, it wasn't useful, but he wasn't wrong.
But lots of bodies. Bringing Wayroon back.
Okay, Wayroon skitters back out the window and kind of Fives, you would have heard his first remark about birds and all of that. Do with that information with what you will.
I'm going to, if I can, crawl into the warehouse.
Okay. You had a 19 for your stealth check?
Yes. 19.
Yeah. As you begin crawling in, you hear kind of a scuttering as a couple of footsteps begin to kind of pitter patter and dissipate. So
they're going away from me.
They're kind of they're you hear like a as if a bunch of feet were kind of going in multiple different directions. So what are the rest of y'all doing as you see Fives kind of in and out the window? So
well, if he's going in, then I'm going to assume that it's probably safe to go inside.
Front door.
Front door.
Front door.
As you try there's both a loading dock door and a regular door.
Well, try the regular
which one are you
door
doing?
first.
Regular door is locked.
Can I kick it?
Give me an athletics check.
Don't break your leg.
Oh, can we try? We'll try the loading dock door first.
Also locked. So.
Gonna kick the main door.
Okay.
Oh. 10.
Fuku. No budge. So.
Sorry.
The enemy of all adventuring parties. Doors.
Doors.
Yep.
It was a really good kick, anyways.
All right.
So, Fives, as you're kind of crawling down, are you like stepping out into the area to sort of see what's going on, or what's your plan?
I'm definitely making an approach, yes. Probably obviously trying to keep to any shadows or anything I can hide behind. So definitely taking my time.
Yeah, it's kind of like an open kind of warehouse floor. There's a few boxes strewn, but yeah.
Do it again? Should I do it again? Should I do it again? I'll do it again.
Do it again.
This time, when she gets ready to go kick it, I want to say, I believe in you this time. I know the first time didn't go so well, but this is going to work. And I'm going to give you inspiration for this kick.
Nope.
Thanks. Okay. Oh my god, natural 20.
The door flies off the hinges and explodes in splinters, and the splinters kind of do this weird like S shape on the wall across from it.
Buddy?
So cool.
That was amazing.
I'm just going to make a wisdom saving throw to see if I can repress the sudden shout of surprise. Just because I'm pretty sure he would be surprised by that. Okay, so I made a 7 on my whiz save, so you hear a startled cat yelp, basically.
Sorry.
Give me a better
yeah.
warning next time.
So you guys filter in. What are you guys doing with that door shattering badassery?
I'm going in.
No stealth. I swear, you have no idea of stealth.
The three of us walk in through the dust and the splinters.
The three of you? Who's not there?
It's me, Prince.
Is Hisfer? What's Hisfer doing?
Left him here.
Hisfer would wait for Wayrun to get back, and then he'd go to the door, but
Okay,
probably
the
wouldn't.
4 of us.
He knows there's stuff in there, so he's like, I'm not.
So
ready.
Hisfer's just like sitting by, just kind of like outside the door.
Birds.
Gotcha.
There's birds.
I mean, if he's still, are you still looking through the spider's eyes?
It's waiting for him to come back, so I guess not looking through it. Just
Okay.
Yeah, he's back. So he's back, and Hisfer has joined you because I mean, there was some time where Jorah first kicked the door, kind of jiggled it loose, I guess, and then just exploded it. So
great.
Could I make another perception check to see if anything's wrong?
You kind of were startled by the door and everything, so everyone's kind of coming through right now at this moment. So
not really a chance.
Not right at this moment, yeah. So you three are coming through. Hisfer's waiting outside. As you guys kind of step into this area, there are tables and chairs kind of carelessly tossed about the floor. There's a corpse of, if you count them, there's a dozen men kind of lined along, daggers and rapiers everywhere. On the north end of this, there's kind of stairs that rise up into a second level. And as you guys kind of enter, you hear, leave! And, you guys get startled by 4 Kenku.
Did we not startle them? Was that not a startling thing to do?
Yeah, no, they're startled. You're all startled. Everyone's startled. So, we're gonna actually cut there for this week.
Oh no!
So as you guys kind of enter, a couple of Kenku pop up with bows, and then a couple of them are popping out with short swords, and they're kind of, get out of here!
I want to pounce.
Very intimidating.
As Fives readies his claws or daggers or whatever he's got, and you all kind of turn to face these things. We're gonna cut for next week. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. So let's just go around. I'm going to steal this from Monday from DM Jazzy Hands. Just introduce yourself one more time, where we can find you, and your favorite thing of the episode. So we'll start with Samuel because he finished last time. So
Okay, so I said I'm Samuel, Eldritch Warlock on Twitter. So should we say where they can find us? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can find me here, obviously, every Friday. I am also on the Monday show for the RPG Lab, again on Twitch. Favorite thing of this episode, I guess, would definitely actually having Fives interact with Zhor. You know, because we obviously didn't get the chance to interact before this, and so everything was off the cuff, and I loved every moment of it, basically. So nothing went like how I planned, and I loved it.
And we'll go to Alex next.
I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at AlexCatu, and my favorite from this episode was that our first attack from Sam just exploded a winged thing. So that was a fantastic way to get started, and I loved it.
Awesome. Sam.
Hi again. I'm Samantha Darcy. I'm 65th Victor on Twitter. And my favorite thing this evening was Becca, the half-orc, putting the moves on Prince and watching him get so uncomfortable, but just rolling with it. He really took one for the team, and it was great. Yeah, I'm really loving everybody's characters, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Good party dynamic. That's all. Darren.
Great. Matt.
I'm Matt. You can basically find me here. I don't do Twitter, and on Friday nights, and hopefully more in the future. And let's see, my favorite part was the star wipe from one pub to the next. That was the best part. I could just do a VHS style 80 video toaster star wipe as we moved from one pub to the next.
Yeah, totally fine, totally normal.
Some PowerPoint like sound effects, like
whoosh.
It's the Windows startup sound. Maybe
it's the more you know. The more you know.
Bling! You're trying to start an adventure. Do you need help? Corey, last but definitely not least. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. My name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on Twitter at the same name. And my favorite part of tonight was also with Becca, because that was when I realized how nervous my character is, and now that's just a part of them, and I love it. And yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah. So I'm Taryn. You can find me on Twitter at TarzanNoZ. I loved every minute of it. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed, getting to know your guys' characters and making you all nervous with my NPCs. That was a blast. Yeah. So
Taryn, you were fantastic. Thank you so much.
No, it was a blast.
Your first time DMing a streamed game.
Yeah, it was like streamed. Yeah, which
I know.
That's so cool. Wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I make beer for a living, so it kind of goes with the territory. Anyway, so thank you all for joining us in the audience. Twitch chat, you guys were awesome. I didn't really get to watch it very much, but the little bit I did, you guys were hilarious. And thanks for hanging out with us so much. Join us next Friday, same time, same place.
On Taryn's birthday.
Yes, actually, that will be my 26th birthday next Friday. So, but tomorrow, the second stream of Corey, DM Corey. I was going to add a last name, and I don't know it. So he'll be streaming at Variant Rolls at 12:30 Eastern time. We're doing this really cool thing where we're connecting a bunch of stories of Dragon Heist. And so we have 4 games a week with different DMs. So please check us out on Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And come back next time. Thank you guys.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
I'm gonna hold this pose until we.